too exciting, honestly.
It's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Good boy. Yeah, already? You're gonna drink. I told you we could have done this the easy way. We're gonna do it the easier way. Good boy, 101. Yeah. I know. And it's okay. You're gonna get your stuff. I know it. Yeah. Good boy.
So if you help me, I need his head flexed up or it's gonna keep
Up.
going down his
You do it?
like flex like this.
Okay.
Up towards his chest.
Like that. Hold on. Good boy. I know it.
Keep his head down, babe.
Down?
Down. Like
Yeah,
that.
So like flex back like
Yeah,
this.
flex it back towards his chest.
Okay. He's better than that. Come on. Good boy. I know it. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, he is. We got it. We see that. We got it. That's the way that's the way you want it. This is the way you want to get it. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah.
That's good. Hold on, buddy. I just need about an inch more.
Keep him down, honey.
No, he's okay now.
Oh, okay.
It's just to get it in there.
Yeah.
You want me to bring your buckets over?
I think so.
Yes, please. Sorry. I nodded my head and then I
know.
realized it's dark.
Good boy. Look at him. See? Good boy. You got it. You got it. So what's all that nastiness?
That's stomach contents.
Oh, okay.
So they can't actually vomit, and so if they get obstructed in their small intestine especially, it can back up into their stomach and they can actually rupture from it. So before we put anything in, we always make sure we don't have a lot of fluid on their stomach.
Good boy. We got you, big boy. Yes, you are. I know. We got you. It's okay, big boy. We got you. That was it, huh?
Good.
Okay.
Not a whole lot in there. You're okay, buddy.
How do you know when you got it all?
You do this about 5,000 times. You get a feel for it. I mean, you don't ever really know. I mean, you can look with your ultrasound, but like if I'm having to work this hard, there's not that much in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good. Maybe.
But you can like feel the food and stuff bouncing around off the end of your tube and stuff like that. Practice. Pretty
Now,
much.
what's that? The magic
So
powder?
that's just electrolytes.
Oh, good. Yeah, it is. I see.
Just to balance that. So it's like a little bit, it's like Gatorade. I'm making like Gatorade. So this is Epsom salts.
Should we give them some sort of Gatorade or sport?
You
thing
can
for
if you
them
want.
From time to time.
Some
or-
of them, you can if you want. Some of them will drink it. So a lot of them don't.
We usually
The
sneak
blue,
it in.
I think, seems to be the most
Blue and red
popular.
are the ones that I've had to drink.
Yeah.
And we always bought the bulk powder and we'd make
Yep.
it like pretty weak.
Yeah, that's what she
They don't
was
like it if it's really, really sweet.
We
Most
would
of them don't.
we would actually sneak the powder in with their Equus the first 7 days of the
Yeah.
month.
I mean, some of them really
But that's when we lived in conditions like this. But
Yeah.
in Tehachapi, where it's cold, doesn't get real hot like this.
No mineral. You're not going to.
I don't usually. Takes up room for water. And water does a lot more for us than the oil does. Oil is a good marker, but the Epsom salts acts like one, it gives them some magnesium,
Right.
and two, it acts like a
Laxative.
yes, exactly. That's
So is this just something that happens once in a while?
It
or
can,
Is there
for sure.
something we did wrong?
it certainly can. I mean, you guys have been here the past week, and you aren't from here. This week, it's been a weird.
Temperature-wise, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was hailing on us at Area 51.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring his
Yeah, we
head
got
down
one.
just a little bit.
Come on, big man.
There you go. So I mean, I don't know that it's anything you would have done like per se. One thing you might do, I might skip the Bermuda for the rest of the time you're here, just because he's not used to it,
Okay.
and it can occasionally cause colic if they're not used to it and they're adjusting to it.
Oh, okay.
Do you have other feed here, or is there a place we can pick
Let's
something
just skip that feed.
I would
Skip
just,
lunch.
I would just feed him
the
Yeah,
the
alfalfa.
alfalfa. Just-
Maybe I'll just give him like a half a flake of alfalfa at lunchtime.
up? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
You know what I
they're
mean?
used to eating
I
about
don't-
that much twice a day.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily what's going on here, but why chance
Yeah,
it?
Yeah,
just-
but if
just-
it makes them feel better.
Well, he loves alfalfa, so.
Because that was one thing that we would see pretty commonly where I grew up and where I worked before here. People would transition like quickly to Bermuda, and if you can, some horses don't tolerate it very well because it's really fine. Those guys are usually pretty darn painful, and they'll have to stent in small intestine and stuff like that. He doesn't have any of that right now, but I just for the sake of not having to come back down.
Yeah.
You know what I
we'll
mean?
just-
I
like
think
I said, we'll just keep him
Can
off.
you skip her with that too? 'Cause-
on
Yeah,
the
they're only
Bermuda,
used
yeah.
to eating twice.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
At
Just,
about what you're feeding them, they get that twice
just
a day.
to be safe, like I said, it's typically not a problem for most horses, but there are some that just don't like it. And by not like it, I mean they just don't tolerate it.
Right. That's unusual. I've never heard that about Bermuda. I've heard about alfalfa.
Yeah,
Because
so
that's why
it's,
we
it's
broke
a-
between the two.
they
And,
call them ileal impactions, so they're really, really common. More common if they're feeding like rolled round bales
Yeah.
than your square bales, but it certainly. I was telling somebody a story today. I worked in North Carolina. I grew up in Oklahoma. All it grows is Bermuda, pretty much.
right.
So all our horses ate Bermuda, but there was a big quarter horse farm that we worked at in North Carolina, they went to the big show in Oklahoma. They ran out of hay, bought a bunch of Bermuda while they were at the show, and they left horses along the way, all the way from Oklahoma to North Carolina. They dropped one in Tennessee Equine. They dropped one at University of Tennessee, and then they stopped in Raleigh right when
Just
they
the
got.
difference in from state to state, Bermuda, yeah.
Well, they didn't eat Bermuda usually, so they had Timothy hauled down from New York, and then they switched to Bermuda while they were in Oklahoma, and I think they had 8 horses on that trailer, and left
Yeah.
3.
Anytime we switch, we do it really gradually.
But it can happen. It's pretty well documented. Again, and there's no real rhyme or reason to it. It's typically associated with changing, and it's only some horses for some reason.
Yeah.
But it's something we saw really
So
pretty
it's
common.
him.
he's
So is he
be
gonna live?
Significantly feeling better tonight, right?
Is he gonna live?
Yeah, he's not.
I mean,
doing
I don't see
anything
anything right now that has me terribly concerned. Honestly,
Yeah, he just wants to rest.
it,
What
No
kind
food.
of break should we give him, if not the whole trip? What
how many more days are you guys here?
We're here till Tuesday, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday?
Yeah.
I mean, give him 2-3 days. You're gonna feed him back slowly, so
Right.
he'll have no food tonight. And in the morning, if he's past manure and is acting comfortable, you can feed him about a quarter of what he normally eats through the day. Starting Wednesday, if he's still doing well, half of what he normally eats in the morning, and then back to normal that evening. As long as he's fine Wednesday afternoon, I think you can start trying to ride him. Once he's back on full feed, I think you can start trying to ride him. They can just have what they call spasmodic or
seasonal.
seasonal medical colic, whatever you want to call it. But it's possible that it's just that. But I think probably he got a little hot, got a little dry, got a little behind, is what it feels like. Because he's, I don't feel an impaction per se, but he's just chock full of manure in his small colon and his large colon. So
Do you hear sounds on both sides now?
I probably won't because of the drugs I gave him.
Yeah.
The drugs you give them actually slow their GI tract down for a little bit of time, which can help if they're spasmodic. Plus, it also lets me do the rectal exam.
What about a shower in the morning? Would that be beneficial to him, or just?
I think anything. One thing that may help if he's not drinking like he's usually does. Are you giving him the Equus or anything now?
We do it the first 7 days of the
Okay.
month. We didn't travel with any, so I'd have to.
What you can do, you can just give him like plain table salt, either top dress.
He
it
has
or-
his mineral block in there.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they just put that in there. But
you can put table salt to make him drink.
How
So it
much?
just makes him thirsty. Anywhere from, you can do a tablespoon up to 4 times a day. Usually I start him about a tablespoon a couple times a day just to make them want to drink more. You can, if they eat something that you can top dress it on, usually like grain or pellets or something, you can do it that way. If not, I can leave you like an oral catheter tip syringe. You put a tablespoon of salt in it, like 35, 40 cc's of water, and squirt it in their mouth. You just want it to make it salty. So they have,
just to encourage them to
yeah,
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
you got
that's-
one of them, we'll be back first time in the morning, unless we have to come back.
Yeah,
Before.
and so
He should be fine
I
tonight.
think we will be.
He's going to rest
he
tonight
looks-
and let
he
the
looks
Epsom
good
salt do
though.
its work. And
Even his body feels good.